Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be turning windfall into firewood. We're going to be processing some hardwood trees, so stick around. It's going to be a great episode. Hey everyone, John from Wilderness, Ontario. Hope you're all doing great. I got a pretty tough job behind me. Big red maple, maybe 5 inches diameter, fell down on 2 stripped maples, caused a big old mess here at the cottage. Let's work through it. So this is really what we're dealing with. I said 5 inches before, but this is probably a 10-inch diameter stump over there. Fell on some power lines over there. Right over here, those are the 2 stripped maples that came down with it. And I think what I'm going to start doing is just start removing some of the foliage over there that's just bunched up in a pile. Hey friend, sorry to interrupt this video. I just wanted to really quickly let you know that I started a secondary channel called Just Out Back. Feel free to go check it out. Link is going to be in the bio. And that's the only plug I have for this video, but thank you so much for watching, and let's get back to the tree pruning. So we're going to kick off this job, like I just said, by snipping back all of this foliage. I got the shears, the big shears, so I could really make a quick job of this. And this tree actually fell in the middle of summer. And the reason why that's significant is it has all this leaf matter on it. So we're going to clean it up, and it's going to do one of 2 things. Firstly, it's going to help make the job site a little bit safer to maneuver around. And then you see how the tree basically has these limbs that are touching the ground? It's going to uncover, and we're going to see which of those limbs are actually supporting limbs in the way that the tree has fallen. And the reason why that's important is before we start cutting with the chainsaw, we want to know exactly how this tree is supported in the air so that nobody gets hurt when we go to chop it up. And that's why we got to clean back all this brush so we can see exactly what we're doing. So like I said previously, when this red maple fell, the upper canopy kind of got intertwined with some utility lines that are running into the cottage. And I wouldn't recommend doing this yourself. This is a little bit of a dangerous task, but it didn't look like any of the wires were nicked, and it was barely caught up on there. So I just kind of had to go on my tippy toes while I snipped back all this foliage, and I very safely removed it from leaning up on those wires. I was trying my best to do it safely and make sure that I didn't get hurt. So I just got that line cleared up. You can see it's still shaking. There's a bunch of brush piles forming right there, right there. There's that tree. Still working on it. With all that brush taken care of, let's start to take a look at these stripped maples that unfortunately snapped in half. Now the stripped maples are typically a relatively small tree. That makes them pretty easy to deal with. They're an understory tree, which means that they don't grow as large as the super canopy trees like white pines and certain types of oaks, things like that. So these trees are pretty small. I'm just clearing up the brush right over here, the lower branches on these stripped maples, and then you're going to see in a few moments I'm going to put the notch cuts on these trees and push them over. I want to make a little region around here that's cleared from brush, just so that it's a bit safer to work. So this is what I got done by the end of day 1. I took off a lot of that weight of this tree, and I already took off everything that was leaning on top of this. So we should be able to controllably take this little A-frame down. So now we're going to fast forward 8 months into the future. Surprise, surprise, it's winter now, and you could hear the saw rumbling. My dad's actually running the saw right now, and you guys may have seen this footage in a recent video, but I wanted to make this video come a little bit full circle. I had the footage from the summer months when I was actually taking the foliage off the tree, so I just wanted to show the entire process. And in the last video, I actually mentioned in the commentary
that we waited this many months because the tree was drying, and we're using this timber over here for firewood actually. So my dad right now is cutting it all up, or bucking it, you can call it that, into firewood sized chunks, and then we're going to go on to split it in the upcoming weeks and months. So now we just drag this wood over to our little pile. This is the hardwood pile on the property, and like I said, this was the maple, so of course it's going in the hardwoods. Can't wait to burn this stuff, and I hope you guys learned something on this one, or a little thing or two about how I go about processing the trees that fall down on the property. Thanks a lot for watching, and feel free to come by the next time. Thanks so much.